Today the Tundra gets a Grille light bar. What is up everyone? I hope you guys are all staying healthy and safe. In today's video I'm going to continue working on the Tundra and we're going to continue upgrading the lighting on this thing. As you guys may know, in the previous video I installed fog lights on this thing from Heretic Studios, and today we're going to continue with Heretic lighting by installing the Grille light bar right here. Now this I go with a clear lens, and also this is a combo beam pattern. I do like the OEM style look, or as OEM as we can be. Now this kit comes with everything required for the installation: a wiring harness, a little rocker switch if you decide to go that route. For the installation, it took me about an hour to do the full install with recording the video. The hardest part really is pulling the front bumper off, and it's not really the hardest part, it's just the most time consuming part. Once the bumper is off, you are going to remove your little active vent shutters from the back of the grill, slap this guy on, and you'll be good to go. Now I didn't use the Heretic Studios little rocker switch. Instead I used the OEM style switch, so I'll show you guys where to mount that, or at least where I mounted it, along with how to wire it up. Now with that being said, let's not talk too much and let's get into the install.
Start by removing the 4 10mm bolts attaching the grill to the radiator support. Up next, we're going to unplug all electrical connectors from the grill, starting with 2 on the passenger side right here. And then we also have 2 on the driver's side right here, so we're going to disconnect those. Next up, we will be removing these push clips. There's 1 on the driver's side, 1 on the passenger side. I'm just going to use a screwdriver here, pop them off and pull them off, like so, and do that on both sides. Next up, I'm going to zip off these 4 10mm bolts from inside the fender liner on the front side right here. Do this on both sides. Up next, I'm going to use a panel removal tool right here, and I'm going to pop off these fender flares, starting at the bottom and going all the way up towards the fender. And we don't have to go all the way up, just up to here, like so. Then I'm going to reach behind and just pull the bumper cover off of the little hangers right here. And then we'll go through and just completely separate it right here, just to make sure that we don't also scratch up the headlight. Up next, we need to slide under the truck, and we need to remove these 10mm bolts from these brackets up front. There will be 4 of these, 1 on the driver's side, passenger side, and 2 in the middle of the truck. So let's pull these off. Then we need to remove these 10mm bolts behind the grill. There's going to be 2 brackets, and the easiest way to get to this is going to be just by reaching down behind the grill and getting them off. Finally, I'll pull off the bumper and place it down on a soft surface. You can either use a moving blanket or a piece of carpet with the grill facing down. Next up, we need to remove the active vent shutters from the back of the grill. To do that, simply remove the 6 10mm bolts attached in a unit to the back of the grill and pull it off. Next, for non-TRD Pro trucks, transfer a camera from your OEM bracket to the new relocation bracket which is provided with the kit. Simply remove the torque screws and transfer to the new bracket. Up next, we install a camera onto the grill with the provided hardware and plug the harness back into the camera. We will now attach the light bar to the Heretic bracket. Start by placing the light bar face down on a flat surface, and then slide the bracket onto the light bar like this. Make sure the bracket is sitting even and tighten the lock nuts on each side. Now I will place the light bar onto the grill and secure it using the provided 4 screws. Now the tolerances on the bracket are tight. I had to apply a little bit of inward pressure to get the final screw to line up. Once all the screws are finger tight, I'll go through and tighten them all down with a screwdriver. Up next, connect the provided wiring harness to the light bar. In this case, I'm going to run the harness alongside the channel to the OEM harness to hide it. You can get creative here with your wire tuck. And now you can reinstall your active vent shutter system onto the grill using the 6 bolts. Next, we'll be ready to reinstall the bumper onto the truck. Next up, we'll reinstall the bumper onto the truck and feed the wiring harness from the light bar towards the battery by following the wiring harness to the passenger side headlight and on. Up next, I will attach the black ground cable to the chassis here, and the red power to the positive battery terminal. Up next, we'll run the wiring for the rocker switch across the engine bay under the rain gutter. For this video, I'm going to zip tie this. However, you are able to run this through the rain gutter for a cleaner install. Then we will fish the harness through the rubber grommet on the driver's side. With the harness ran into the cab, it's time to install the OEM style switch. Using a silicone pry tool, I will pop out this cap here, and I will ignore the wiring harness behind the cap. Next up, we'll run the wiring harness through this little outlet. Now it's time to wire up the switch. I will throw up a diagram on how I wired this up with the Heretic harness. Essentially, black goes to black, red goes to white, and the yellow and green wires go to blue. Then we'll pop the switch into the housing and we are ready to go.
And there we have it for the installation. Super simple install. It's a great way to fill the gap on the TRD Pro grill. One nice thing that I didn't mention earlier is that this kit does come with a camera relocation bracket. So if you're upgrading your grill, that's one thing that you don't have to worry about. So you can just get this kit, it'll come with the bracket, you'll be good to go. The only thing that I would say that, and this will not just be on the Heretic light, it's going to be with all aftermarket lights that you're putting onto your guys' grills, is the fact that it doesn't sit flush with the front of the grill like the OEM TRD Pro one. However, it is going to give you a lot more light output than the TRD Pro light bar. And with that being said, I am super pumped on this install. Love the way it looks. It is extremely bright. I will throw up some shots right now of just the light bar illuminated, also with lights on, and then also the grill light bar on. You guys will see that this throws a lot of light, especially a lot more for you guys with the TRD Pros. You know, this will be a huge improvement and upgrade for you guys. Also to mention, this will work on both the Tundras and the 23 Plus Sequoias with the TRD Pro grills. Anyway, that's all the time I've got for you guys today. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel for a lot more content on the Tundra, as I'll be releasing a lot more videos here in the near future. And until next time, I hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you.